Hey there, Marissa Crow. Today's topic, posture and stance. Stance and posture. um, so stance, how do we set our feet? Now, I'm going to start off with just your basic 7-iron. And, hold on. Hopefully you can see that right there. Actually, I should probably tee it up. No, that's good right there. Okay, so stance with any of your irons should be about shoulder width apart. Okay, so hopefully you can kind of see where my feet are. Shoulder width. Now, as you get into the longer clubs, your fairway woods, longer clubs, bigger swing arc, we will widen our stance so they're more outside our shoulders. Okay, and then of course, if you are pitching or chipping, it's going to go from shoulder width to, gosh, about here. It all depends on the size or length of your swing and the distance of your shot. So 7-iron, ball is smack dab in the middle of my stance, shoulder width apart. Okay. Now, I'll go over ball position after I review the posture. So that's the stance right there. 7-iron, ball in the center, shoulder width apart. Now posture, I'll show you from the side. Posture. So my feet are shoulder width apart. I'm going to stand up nice and tall. Okay, shoulders back. Okay, no slouching. From here, I'm going to place my hands on my hips, not my waist, my hips. I'm going to lock my knees, lock my legs. Okay, so their knees are hyperextended right here. Legs are hyperextended, sorry. I am going to unlock my knees. There we go. So now it's just a slight flex. We're not sitting or squatting. It's lock, unlock. And I do this because it's just a good gauge. Like, how much do I bend? You know, how much of a bend should I have with my knees? That's the easiest way to explain it. You want just a slight flex, soft flex. So lock, unlock. We are not sitting. Knees should not be over our toes. Okay, that's it for our feet and legs right there. Now, in terms of our upper body, so I'm going to lock my legs, unlock them. From here, hands on my hips, I'm going to push my hips back, keeping the small of my back flat. And I'm going to bow towards the ground. So pushing my hips back, keeping this flat, bowing to the ground. Now I'm going to stop bowing until my arms are dangling, hanging freely from my shoulders. You see that? So this is not enough. Yeah, my arms are dangling, but look how close my hands are to I'm touching my chest here, my stomach, So here, you want to bow enough where they're hanging freely. So that's good right there. This is too much, and I feel pressure on my lower back now. Okay. Lock, unlock, bow, keeping your back straight. And then I'm going to stop till my arms are hanging. Hands are hanging low. And that's where I would grip the club. Okay? So I'm not bringing my hands up. I'm letting them hang low. Relaxed. If I'm here, there's tension. Just let them hang. I think most of my students, more than not, tend to stand too far. And I'm not saying like this, but just a little too far where they should be more here. See how my right arm is dangling? That's where the club should be. So I'm like a fist too far away. So this is where I should be standing. This is where I should be setting up. I hope that makes sense. To make sure that you have that flat back, spine angle, straight. This is a good drill just to check. Place the club in your hand, on your head, handle grip, opposite hand, and I'm going to stand tall, lock my knees, unlock my knees, and bow. This is a great little test or check to feel how I'm not slouching. See how the club just came off my back? Okay. So the handle of grip is in contact with my lower back, lumbar, and there I am. For those of you that like numbers, this is 90 degrees. You want to be about anywhere from 30 to 35. That's the angle of your posture. And then that's where I would set up. Weight on my feet should be more towards the balls of my feet, not my toes, not my heels, but more on the balls of my feet. It's a very athletic stance and posture. If I compare this to other sports that you may have played, it's almost like if you think about basketball. You're on the court, you're ready to box out. You're on the baseball field, ready to catch a ball. Just volleyball. You're always in an athletic stance and posture. You want to be on the balls of your feet. Tennis, okay? Ready to receive a serve. There's a reason why you should be set up like so. So you're ready to jump, run, side to side, forward. And, with the slight knee flex, the forward bend, we're ready. Now, a lot of people don't think golf is athletic, but from the golf swing is an explosive movement and that takes place under 2 seconds from a static position. So why wouldn't we have that athletic setup? We are rotating our shoulders, firing our legs. There's a lot going on in such a short period of time. That's why we need to be in balance. So balls of your feet, and the golf swing is basically swinging around that spine angle. So that posture is so key. Grip pressure, number 1. Number 2, posture. I see so many people that are not in that correct posture, because if you're not in that correct posture, you're going to be very inconsistent. If you're too upright, you'll probably be too steep. You'll be hitting the ground. If you're bent over too much, it's just a lot of bad things. But like I said, if you can maintain that spine angle, the golf swing, it's just this. It's rotating around that posture, that spine angle. So if you can get that down, the setup, this whole setup is the foundation of our golf swing, and we want to make sure it's solid and balanced. So I went over the grip in another video. The grip, the stance, the posture. Boom. There you go. If you can be comfortable with that and consistent, then you're on your way. You're on your way. Now let me go ahead and review ball position with the different clubs. Now the posture, the stance, I mean, that was like with a 7-iron. I'm not going to show you 14 different setups, but that setup there was more or less for all of your irons, okay? I'm just going to keep it really basic. But I'd like to show you, this is always an eye-opener for everyone. Just do a quick time check here. Okay. Okay. So I have a driver, 7-iron, and a pitching wedge. Okay? Now, they're all different lengths, they're all different lofts. If I take my stance with that 7-iron in the middle, okay? Now with the driver, remember what I said, longer, bigger swing. My stance would be just like this, like more outside my shoulders. To compensate for that length, want to keep in balance. Now, see how it all fans out? That's, oops, sorry, here we go. Hopefully you can see that in terms of ball position in my stance, relation to my stance. The driver, the 3-wood, the 5-wood, the 7-wood, the 4-wood. The ball will be placed inside your front heel. Front heel meaning the heel of the foot that's closest to the target. I could say lead or trail. I don't want to confuse anyone, but don't forget I am right-handed. So woods, fairway woods, always inside that front foot going towards the target. Reason being, we're catching it's a long club, doesn't have much loft, so by placing it forward, we're going to catch the ball in the upswing. We're helping the club. 7-iron in the middle. Now, I tell all my newbies, all my new golfers, irons always in the middle. All your irons. Keep it simple, okay? Pitching wedge. It's the only club that you will play the opposite heel, the back heel, the heel that's away from the target. Most lofted club in the bag, and that's how you would set up for chipping. Ball is back, you're going to hit down, pop the ball up. Shorter shot, more loft. Hope that makes sense. Now, for those of you that are a little more advanced or have more experience playing, technically speaking, fairway woods, driver, always off inside your left heel, okay, never outside, always the ball will be right inside that left foot for the right-handed golfer. Now, between the driver and the 7-iron, with each club, there will be about ½ inch difference. And reason being, each club differs in ½ inch of length and 4 degrees of loft. Now, so if the 7's in the middle, my 6-iron would be, I don't know if you can see how, I mean, ½ inch is yay big. 7-iron is here, 6-iron would be here, and I'm moving slightly this way and away, because don't forget these clubs are getting longer. So 7, 6, 5, 4, those would be more like hybrids, and then you got your driver fairway wood. So if you kind of stop and think about it, hopefully you can envision what I'm saying. It all makes sense. It all kind of like falls into place, you know, with the varying changes in length and loft. Now, going in the opposite direction, it'd be 7, 8, 9, pitching wedge, okay, for full swing. And then when I'm chipping, I'm going to play it way off inside the back of my foot, my right foot. So hybrid would be not off the inside of my front foot, but somewhere in between there in the middle of my stance. I hope that makes sense. For those of you that are fairly new, I would just go irons in the middle, woods, the bigger heads, inside your front foot going towards the target. And the only time you play the ball back, you know, away from the target, for the right-handed golfer, it's inside my right heel. It would be chipping with your pitching wedge or whatever club you decide to chip with. That's another video. So I think I covered everything there. Oops, sorry. Okay. And then in terms of posture, I mean, that was ball position, you know, where it moves from side to side. How does my posture change? Well, it's just going to go with the length of the club. However your arms hang freely, that's how you're going to grip the club. You're not going to change the distance of how, you wouldn't change how your arms are hanging. I hope that makes sense. So if I'm hitting this driver, you know, I put this ball up on a tee. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the length of the club just yet. I'm going to take my grip, I'm going to lock my knees, unlock them, hinge from my hips, make sure my arms are hanging freely. So see where that club is just naturally laying on the ground. So I'm just going to go ahead and adjust. Or obviously with the driver you can move the ball, but if I teed the ball up there and I set up into this posture, I'm just going to go ahead and back up. And that's where I would be. Arms are still hanging freely. I'm on the balls of my feet. Soft grip pressure, and the ball is inside my left foot because it's a driver. So always make sure, it doesn't matter which club it is. Just make sure that you have soft knees, you're hinging, and then you're letting your arms dangle. So this is what's comfortable for me. So this is where the ball would set up. I wouldn't be here, not going to be here. So set up first and then address the ball. I'll see too many people where they set up to the ball and then, you know, you're adjusting the wrong way. I think I covered everything I needed to cover there. Ball position, stance, posture. Make sure you're on the balls of your feet always, no matter what club it is. Balls of your feet, slight flex in the knees, just like any other sport, in that posture, that athletic posture where make sure your spine angle, you can draw a straight line from the back of your head or neck to your lower back. There you go. Very athletic. And if you can maintain that spine angle, there's your consistency. Okay. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you out or clarify something that I said. Just again, I'm trying to keep the instruction very simple, more or less a refresher for some of you, a review. And if you're doing everything I'm telling you and you're still struggling, well then come see me. I will see you soon. Thank you.